Good evening, Twitch. How you doing? It's Sunday night, and man, oh man. I think a lot of you probably think daylight savings suck. Well, it does for the most part. You lose an hour, and you probably actually stayed up late last night like I did. I wasted a lot of my time playing River City Ransom Underground, trying to beat the final boss again. I was playing it on a higher difficulty. And unfortunately, and I didn't learn about this until last night, that you can actually get stuck in a cycle where your character will lose all their health, but will not die, because the boss will just keep spamming the same attack over and over again. So I tried it twice last night, got caught in, like, no, there's no way this can, like, it's gotta be something on my mistake, you know. Character I had couldn't really cheese it like I could with Ryan. So today it's like, you know, okay, you know, woke up late, took care of my routine and such still. It's like, why not sit down, give it another shot, and I got caught in the same loop again twice. And I think there's nothing more frustrating than knowing it's like what you're playing at its core. And it's the same thing about For Honor, honestly. Like, a lot of people saying, like, 2017, great, you know, it's a great year for games and stuff. I agree that the concepts and the core of it has been great, but man, it has also been terrible when you actually get into it, like, into the nitty-gritty, and you're actually really playing with it. The concept is great, the first impression is always great, but then when you get in depth to it, you see that it's not done, or there are clearly, you know, balances or just outright mistakes. I mean, I can make a long list of mistakes from River City Ransom, which thankfully, actually, apparently me tweeting that out to the developers, they actually did adjust it, say it's in their queue, so hopefully it will actually make the game, the final boss, more enjoyable, because originally I thought, like, Ryan made that boss fight way too easy. But still, playing it solo, though, with a lot of other characters, and I don't even know what the other character's moveset is, I shudder to think, like, how could this boss be easy when the boss is programmed to just spam a specific attack that you cannot really evade, because there's no evasion mechanic in that game. But we're not here to worry about that. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching PAX East. I didn't watch much of it myself, but we're here to jump in and finish the fight here for Senran Kagura. I really feel like we should be finishing this game, as in go through all the story modes, and from what I understand there actually is another story mode, so we're only probably almost, we're not even at 50% done yet. So get ready for a lot more story, a lot more backstory, and little dashes of gameplay. Let's jump right on in. Because I believe we're on Chapter 5 of the Gessen Academy. So we were actually at the climax for the Gessen School Academy. So let's jump on in. Oh no, we're on Chapter 4. We actually still have a long way to go still. We have a long way to go. I thought we were on Chapter 5. Never mind. We're not even at 50%. And, of course, we already jump on into more backstory. This is definitely one of those games I find it's not really great to stream because it's so dense with backstory and doesn't give... Like, if you just want to watch a game, and honestly, I feel like that's honestly one of the strengths of Twitch, you can just put the game first. But you want to be able to actually show what's going on. And there are times where you can have just too much story. I used to have a man I could call my best friend. Hanzo. As a shinobi, he was strong as I was, perhaps a bit more talented. He seemed easygoing, but he was constantly looking after his friends. Because of that, a lot more people always stood by him. I was the exact opposite. I thought a shinobi had to be alone. Maybe it's because we were so completely different that we became such good friends. That said, best friends or not, we can never agree on the subject of evil. My parents were killed by evil shinobi, so whatever else they were my enemies. I had to wipe them all out for good. But Hanzo said to me,
の怒りや悲しみは理解できる。しかし、俺に言わせればな、悪を殲滅しようとする行為だって悪そのものだ。半蔵、俺が悪だというのか？
I'd consider that pretty evil.
違う。人間なんていうのは多かれ少なかれ悪の部分を持っているってことだ。それを否定しても始まらん。ならば俺は悪などない光だけの世界を作ってみせる。
That's how we went our separate ways. Ironically, I became a renegade, hiding in the dark, while Hanzo became a legendary good shinobi. As soon as I became a renegade, I realized my ideal was nothing but an illusion. I think I'd known that for some time. I'd just been fooling myself. Every light casts a shadow. Good and evil are two sides of the same coin. The more evil shinobi I killed, the more my anger and sorrow grew. I could feel myself sliding down a slippery slope. Hanzo was right. I sank in the darkness, alone with my hatred and denial. I despaired for my future. I had no idea what I should live for. That's when I met Yumi and the others. After I started living with them, my life changed completely. All those happy, boisterous times with them melted my frozen heart and washed away my hatred. Now I can say to Hanzo, with confidence, there is a world without darkness. Yumi and the others are light itself to me. But I led my light, my beloved granddaughters, toward hatred. I thought if they grew with me, they would learn how meaningless it is to get caught up in grudges. But things didn't go as well as I expected. They were so kind, they thought they owed it to me to carry on my old foolish dream. What have I done? I never thought this would happen. I appreciate their feelings, but at this rate, they'll end up just like me. And no matter how much I regret my past, I can't stop them anymore. The only person I can ask for help is you, Hanzo. Please, teach them in my place. Show them how pointless it is to fight for their grudges. Please release them from me. My best friend, please. Please save them. So much backstory. Way too much backstory, if you ask me. And now we're fighting the renegades.
誰かと思って来てみれば、アスカたちにちょっかいを出した善人じゃないか。どうした？今度は私たちと学園祭をやりに来たか？
How can you have a battle royale against renegade ninjas?
私たちホムラグレン隊は学校ではないが、団体戦ならいつでも受けてやるぞ。
Oh, never mind. They just is right away.
悪は許せないというわけか。まるで昔の私を見ているようだな。もっとも私が許せなかったのはあなたと同じにしないでください。まあ話し合ったところで分かり合えるものでもない。忍びなら戦って白黒つけようじゃないか。いいでしょう。望むところです。
So now I basically just fight all of them.
ホムラ、だったら初めは私がやるよ。未来か。頼んだぞ。私は指揮よろしく。未来ちんが私の相手ってわけね。なんなのこのギャルっぽい子は。でもこういう人と話したことないから、もしかしたら小説のネタになるかもしれない。未来ちんって小説書く人？ちょっと人の独り言を勝手に聞かないでくれる？だって聞こえたんだからしょうがないじゃん。っていうか悪人の書く小説って意外ね。あんた読書しなさそうな顔してるのに。あ、超失礼じゃないそれ。私こう見えても読書家だし。毎日一冊は本読んでるし、オールジャンルかかってこいだし、漫画を描く友達にもアドバイスしてるし、関係ないけど般若心経が趣味だし。シーうるさい。もうさっさと戦うわよ。じゃあ一つ約束。 私が勝ったら未来人の小説読ませてもらうからね。
I like how they're always saying they're supposed to be killing each other, but they never actually do.
シキ、鎮魂の夢に沈むっきゃないね。任務開始。
Finally we actually get to some gameplay. I've been needing this today. It actually doesn't, like, getting through, River City Ransom's ending doesn't take that long. Like, especially once you've beaten it, you know where to go and what to do. More still? I wish there was a little bit more special attacks in this game while you're in your flash form. Because I don't want to use my ninja form right away. There we go. Oh, she actually uses bats. Ah, they end up guarding. Shame there's no guard break in this game. I am honestly tempted to just... There we go. Ah, God. Game needs a guard break mechanic. That's what it hopefully will have in their future versions. Oh, come on, if they're just gonna guard right away. Not exactly gonna be enjoyable. Not to mention, I don't know what kind of pace they're going for, because it's always, this game has always been very fast-paced, but these enemies really slow everything down. There we go. Okay, that's not who I wanted to attack, but fine. Oh, she's still alive. I guess their strong attack will break. There will be a guard break. I don't know. Honestly, my thoughts right now have been going towards all what's Twitch just announced in terms of a partnership application, which I guess I would say became a little more vague, now that I think about it. But I still find it to be more of an impediment Hey, Don Slash, how are you doing tonight? Hopefully you adjusted your clocks and everything. I don't think I'm honestly ready for the time to be adjusted, but oh well. I don't get to pick and choose, especially when it regards to work. Although I will actually appreciate that I won't have. It'll actually be dark in the morning again. I'm probably one of the few people. It's like I'd rather have it be dark in the morning because I don't have to deal with as many people in terms of morning traffic. A lot of people do not like to drive in complete darkness. I am perfectly fine with that. I should be using the lock-on system here. This is the longest mission I've ever had to do. And it's only because of the turtle mobs here. But yeah, since I heard about Twitch's announcement in terms of the partnership, which I'm actually surprised how little detail they have, because they now want, and this is from their site in terms of actually applying for partnership, they want someone to be able to stream at the very least 3 times a week. I thought it was a regular schedule or 3 times a week. But apparently it's so it's a regular schedule of 3 times a week. Alrighty, let's... Oh dear. Alright. That is getting very annoying already. And I've already lost my top. Oh, at least I haven't lost my life. There we go. Up. Your enjoyable teddy bear underwear. There we go. No, you don't. Very careful, because I could just die from a super. I think I just got taunted. Oh! That's an interesting attack. Ooh, that's a new one. Nice! Didn't even need to actually beat her with using my Shinovi art. But yeah, Twitch's terms new partnership application, though, being 3 times a week bothers me a bit. And I feel like their new standards, because it's so non-descriptive, I think it'll hurt a lot of people, because now I can easily see... There's a couple of reasons. Let's actually finish the story here for a second, and then I'll go into detail once we get back to gameplay. I honestly feel like if I actually boot... Okay, Rapunzel the Shinobi. Hang on a second. So they brought up fairy tales here. I honestly feel like if they actually... If I install Ruby Grim Eclipse, that was actually one of the games I bought at the end of 2016, and play that, I feel like I might actually get the same, like, art style from that game than from this.
読み終わったよ。やっぱり感想はいいわ。聞いたらもう書けなくなっちゃうかもしれないし。
That is definitely something that would kill a lot of people's motivation, is actually getting feedback.
てかすっごく面白かったよ。未来ちんマジすごいじゃん。本当？設定がかなりぶっ飛んでるのに心理描写が丁寧に書かれてるよね。だから物語の展開にグイグイ引き込まれちゃった。めっちゃ私好みの展開だし、未来ちんのファンになっちゃった。ってことで勝負はここまでね。私にとどめは刺さないの？とどめ刺したら未来ちんの小説が読めなくなっちゃうし、だから私はもう行くね。
Everybody's supposed to kill each other, yet nobody's killing each other in this series.
ほんと笑えないし、マジありえない。今度どうしよう。黒影様。
I ate the popcorn last night, Negative Pro. That's what happened. Actually, that's actually what happened. Immediately after I finished streaming, I went out and got myself some popcorn.
通りだ。
'Cause after watching Logan and enjoying a bag of popcorn, I'm like, I want more popcorn. I actually still want more popcorn. I am not done yet.
いいわさ、思いついちゃった。
This game has so much story, I don't even know when to actually give proper commentary. Because you only get literally a minute of actual gameplay.
わしは待たんで。スタ。捕まえた。鬼ごっこ楽しいね。
Yeah, barbecue
なる
chips.
ほどな。今のは鬼ごっこだったんやね。なんやようわからんけど、追いかけられたから逃げてしもうたわ。みのり、鬼ごっこ得意なんだよ。そうか。みのりさんは足が速いもんな。ちっこいのに大したもんや。ねえねえ、まだまだ遊んでくれる？
I'd have to agree with you on that. Well, at least the story mode is the story mode, which is what I'm focused on, because that's I feel like if you're single player, there's an online element to it, but I don't feel like anyone's actually playing the online. But it definitely is. The story mode is easily the visual novel aspect of it.
ようわからんけど、別にええで。好きにしたらええやん。じゃあ、次はヒカゲちゃんが鬼ね。みのりを捕まえて。
I mean, it's definitely different for me, because I'm used to playing a lot more games where there's a story, but it's more in line with the gameplay. Like, if anything, actually contrasts this to my previous game, River City Ransom Underground. River City Ransom Underground had too much gameplay. Like, when the story actually needed to occur, I was too busy actually fighting. The game was distracting me from the actual narrative itself, so I couldn't actually follow the story. That's why actually I went through the game a second time so I can actually understand if the story actually made sense in River City Ransom Underground. This has the opposite problem, where it's so much focus on building up characters, and that's understandable, and giving character interaction so you can actually like the characters and such, that you get so little gameplay. At least in relation. So it's a contrast.
ん？どうしたん？みのり、戦わなくちゃいけないんだった。ああ、そうやったんか。ほな、戦おうか？でも。なんや、戦いたくないんか？みのりはもっとヒカゲちゃんと遊びたい。ほなら、戦った後に遊べばええやん。本当に？みのりと遊んでくれるの？遊びたいなら遊べばええやん。ないない。じゃあ早く戦おう。
Sounds spiffy? I would not imagine her actually saying
ほな
that.
行くで。みのりちん、鎮魂の夢。
Okay, we've got the mole people. I am getting my butt whooped here. Oh dear. Alright, well, this isn't working. You could got a lot more social. Yeah, apparently. She had a very similar interaction with Katsuragi in her story mode. She has such a weird fighting style. I am not used to this. Put the candy in the bucket. All the candy in the bucket. And... like, it's an interesting mechanic for her, but the fighting style for this character is just really weird. Oh, she's still alive. Oh, she launches... that's what it is, stars. I think she was launching candy from a bucket. Alright, that does it. Alright, come here. Everyone gets pancakes. We're just gonna end this here. This is definitely one of the weirder characters to play as. But no, let's actually get back to what we were originally talking about, which was Twitch. Because if the setup is now doing 3 times a week, I feel that's actually too restrictive. Okay, or we can just get destroyed. I cannot heal again. That's... oh my god, this camera is freaking out. And that did absolutely nothing. I am going to lose this because... I don't think I ever saw her transformation. No, wait, I have. That is... oh, that's not... okay, good. I needed that food. What? I cannot do anything. Well, that sucked. That's why I don't like this character. Like, the attacks don't chain together. It's an awkward fighting style, and she's just not that strong of a character because of that. Like, you can't chain anything, and the supers are powerful, which is fine, but it's just too weak. Like, obviously I'm doing the story mode and stuff, but I'm assuming they want you to do the story mode first. But back to Twitch, though. And back to get my butt whooped. And that was the wrong button. Yeah, I don't like this character simply because she's just too weak, in my opinion. Oh, she actually got a new move. There you go. That actually might fix the problem now, because it used to just be her swinging her bucket. Now I actually have a charge attack. Apparently her bucket becomes a spear. But Twitch having this, their new setup actually set, like, making the schedule demands on the people who apply for partnership. I feel that's a bad decision, because it restricts content that's more on a weekly basis, or people who have Twitch partnerships on multiple channels, making it impossible for them to actually maintain it. I don't expect existing partners to be hurt so badly by it, but I feel it'll stymie actual good ideas that can only really be done once a week. I mean, if they want to try and be television, which they do need to do, they need to make sure that their content can't be reproduced on demand live on that level on that schedule. 3 times a week, streaming every single week, creating new content or unique content is not going to be possible. I mean, technically with their standards, if you do try to enforce on the older partners, what are you going to do? You know, A, that'll get rid of a lot of people, which kind of makes sense. You need to actually get rid of... I can imagine some people who don't even stream anymore, and they still have partnership, and they probably still have an income, because people are set up to subscribe monthly. I have no doubt in my mind there's probably that group that exists. But what worries me is that if they do try and enforce that standard on a lot of the older streamers, regardless of size, I'd probably say they probably will aim more at the smaller streamers. Nope, that's not... That's fine. Alright, apparently we'll just die right away. I always find this just to be more adorable than anything else. Okay. Oh, thank goodness, you got her unlocked. There we go. Yeah. But I feel like if they do try and force on a lot of older streamers, like, you know, I don't want to name names simply because I don't want... If someone actually does, if a Twitch staff member actually does watch this, I don't want to call out anyone. But I do feel like they will probably find some Twitch partners that only stream like once a week, and if they try and enforce them or tell them it's like, hey, you've got to stream more, or your partner, or we'll cancel your partnership. I feel that actually might, you know, that's why I don't like that enforcement of, let's say, it's like you need to have a certain, a schedule of 3 times a week. Like, having a regular schedule for high quality, like, you want to have a schedule where you have able to produce consistent high quality content. Not constant lowbrow content. Like, let's take my stream here. Honestly, it's, you know, it's lowbrow content. It really is.
わし少し休憩が必要みたいや。みのりやりすぎちゃった。
Oh, for God's sake, you're supposed to kill her.
ごめんね、日陰ちゃん。別に気にせんでええで。戦ったんやから当然や。でも日陰ちゃんしっかりして。 なんか随分とおかしな感じやね。
悪人は敵だけど、でも日陰ちゃんは違うよ。こんなにみのりと遊んでくれたのは黒影おじいちゃん以外では初めてだもん。でも黒影おじいちゃんは悪人が嫌い。でもみのりは日陰ちゃんが好き。悪人と遊んだら黒影おじいちゃんはきっと悲しむ。みのりはどうしたらいいの？
I think their viewerships are big enough where... Okay, in regards to those two, I will say that I think they'll be fine. Because I don't, like I said, it all depends on how they want to enforce it, and I don't think they'll be going after a lot of the bigger streamers or people who have shown they're producing high quality content, or more importantly, or the Twitch staff actually knows. Because remember, Twitch staff do effectively get to pick and choose. It's not like a corporate policy or anything. Every single streamer is not an employee of Twitch. As much as they actually probably should be.
どっちにしてもわしはこの体じゃしばらくはみのりさんとは遊べんわ。その間にゆっくりと考えればええんとちゃうか。
そうだね。みのり、ゆっくり考えてみる。
So I think it'll be fine. It just depends on how Twitch wants to enforce it, or if they do enforce it. I could see a lot of newer people having to go under their new guidelines and such, but I think a lot of older people, I think if anything, Twitch staff will look for people who aren't even streaming it at all, and they'll get rid of those partnerships, because, like I said, they're, like, the whole PewDiePie incident there, you know, clearly Maker dropping a lot of people from their managed channel network was something they clearly, it had to be obvious they were actually doing it way ahead. Before the whole PewDiePie incident. But I think a lot of entertainment, because let's be honest, online media is not in itself an industry. There's talent, there are plenty of people who are doing it, but they have no representation, they have no centralization. There's none of that exists. You know, they're very much effectively bought out by, you know, by other corporations, big television, and even, you know, like, Hollywood, effectively. Not the movie industry specifically, but effectively, you know, they're owned by a lot of corporations or conglomerates and stuff. You know, Amazon is effectively now in the game of producing, you know, multimedia. ABC, or Disney, you know, which effectively owns ABC, and also now owns Maker. It's the same deal. But they're dropping a lot of people because, well, we're at a phase now where online entertainment is, the foundation is set now to actually pick and choose, like, who, you know, it's no longer enough just simply cast a wide net and have everyone do it. It's now we can actually cultivate a following from these specific individuals who can actually make a career out of this, who will people actually want to watch and support. She is one of the few characters I've actually had to rely on her Shinobi form more than her Flash form. But I'm trying to think what the other one. It primarily it's the 3-day one that bothers me the most. I was right, growing viewership. That'll obviously be the most important thing. I think it'll weigh a lot more than just simply the scheduling. And we have more backstory. Hang on a second. Yumi and the others say they think of me every time they see a mask. I can understand why. I've been wearing a mask since the first time I met them. I put on my first mask half a lifetime ago. Shinobi live in secrecy, so hiding my face makes sense on that level. But my own mask has a sadder story. I grew up in a family of 4, but when we had dinner, we ate with a little girl who lived in the neighborhood. She was a year younger than I, with pretty blonde hair. Her parents were too busy to come home very often. That's why we invited her to our house on these occasions. I can still remember the look on her face as she happily took her first sip of our miso soup. with no ingredients to speak of save for a few wild bean sprouts. We were as close as real sisters, and I played with her all the time. We played house, marbles, and cat's cradle, jumped rope, and swam in the lake at the park. The two of us would stay out until it got dark, then walk home, holding hands to the putrid stench of the slums. When I was still a child, I was told my parents had died in an accident. My father's friend told me they were hit by a car. Even as young as I was, though, I could tell he was lying. I was sure they were killed in action. I was shocked that I completely withdrew into myself. I started hiding my face under a bag. The other girl would then do the same. Aww. That's so disturbingly tragic. She taped bags of bean sprouts together and wore them like a mask. And she didn't care if people made fun of her. She just kept on doing it out of a sense of solidarity for me. She was the best friend I could ever have had. So when Master Kurokage adopted me, I was heartbroken about not being able to say goodbye to her. But I also thought I needed to leave behind all my relationships to be a shinobi. And now, I can hardly believe what I'm seeing. That same girl is standing in front of me right now, as an evil shinobi I have to defeat. She's called Yomi now. Why did this have to happen? I dreamed of catching up with her and apologizing about not saying goodbye. But if she's an evil shinobi, I have to fight her. I have to kill her. She will not kill her. At all. There's no spoilers in that. Nobody's killed anyone in this game so far. And even after that, I have to forget about all our times together. Do I have it in me to do that? No. There's no question. I must. I have no choice.
Yomi.
村雲ちゃん。
どうして悪人の道を選んだ？
この道を選んだことに後悔はありません。
強くなったな、ヨミ。
当たり前です。お手洗いは一人で行けますよ。夜はちょっと怖かったりしますけど。
まさかまだ誰かについてきてもらっているのか？
そんなことありません。
なるほど。
なるほどって本当に分かったのですか？
ではあの癖は治ったのか？
やっているわけではありません。お腹が減っている時以外は普通に寝てます。村雲さんこそそのお面は何なのですか？
ヨミには関係ない。
関係ないことありません。だって村雲さんは私の友達ですから。
友達である前に。そして我は善人、ヨミは悪人。
わかりました。そこまで言うのならお相手いたします。
行くぞ。我らの友情に決別を。
Yeah, but the being able to grow your viewership and having a brand, I think will take more. Will have a higher weight than being able to stream like 3 times a week. And already we're already fighting turtles. What? Oh man, when that camera freaks out. Because just always remember, like, even if you actually ever do apply for a Twitch partnership or you try and actually turn into a career, you're going to need, you need a brand. You need to have something that people will actually want to watch and build a viewership with. Not working. Really don't feel comfortable about using my ninja form just yet. I'm actually surprised. Like, what happened to all the time limits and stuff from the first story? There's like none of that here. You're still alive? Come on. There we go. So I wouldn't be too worried about John or Luca in that sense. Like I said, it's just more for the new ones. Like, say you want to create an interview stream. You couldn't really do that. Imagine trying to actually create a stream where you would have to get 3 interviews a week. Not possible. No way. Like, unless you're already established and you're in a studio, I do not see that happening. What is it? That can target Yomi. That was... Aw, damn it. I was really hoping I'd be able to take her out before then. Ah, damn it, got frozen. Oh! Oh, I think I'm gonna die.
Shinovi, Tenshin.
I am thankful that if you sacrifice 10% of your health, you can knock enemies away. Glad that exists in this game. And let's just finish her off.
Eh, 私の負けです。
どうしてこうなったのだろうな。
仕方ありませんわ。人にはそれぞれの道があるのですから。でも私は今でも村雲さんを友達だと思っています。命がけで戦っても別々の道を行っても悪でも善でも。
なるほど。
我もそう思う。本当にそう思います。友達は友達。
Oh, now she can take out the mask and talk normally.
ヨミ、ありがとう。いえいえ、我にこんな評価もったいないです。本当、何かの間違いではないかと思います。こんな我が強くなっても仕方ないですよね。ひらめいた。我、新しい技をひらめいたみたい。ひらめいた。我、新しい技をひらめいたみたいです。
I'm trying to think what else came out of PAX East here. Obviously, you know, Runaway Guys. I'll be honest, I haven't really been watching any of the PAX streams.
着物っていいわよね。
艶っぽくて色香が溢れてて、なんだか見ているだけでゾクゾクしちゃうわ。
そんな目で人を見るんじゃありません。だいたいあなたそんな格好でちゃんと戦えるの？
この格好ってとっても動きやすくて便利なのよ。そっちこそ大丈夫なの？
わしの格好は何の問題もないはずですが。
Why do they make her say the word ain't? I don't understand why.
だって履いてないんでしょ？着物って確かそういうものよね。
なんたるセクハラ。そんな質問に答える気はありません。
It doesn't really feel like her character at all.
真面目ね。なんだかやり
Either that or the writer actually thinks, hey, ain't is an actual word.
そっちが不真面目すぎるんです。
あら、私たち気が合うかも。
どこがですか？
正反対な性格な人同士って逆に惹かれ合うのよ。で質問、その着物の下って履いているの？
すごい答える気がないって言ったはずです。
Well, at least they always pair her up with the people, with the, well, let's just call them
仕
perverts.
方がないわね。だったら
It's not
その
accurate, but
着物
still.
をビリビリにしちゃって確かめようかしら。
面白い。やれるものならやってみなさい。
Maybe there's something I'm missing in the translation.
夜桜、鎮魂の夢に
I always did actually want to try a job as a translator. But, oh no, not the bears! Not the bears! Not the bears! Damn it, stupid bears. How is she still alive? And that's why I hate the bears. What? Ah, stupid targeting system. And now I lost targeting. I am not a fan of these bears. I am not. They're very deadly. It also doesn't help they do that. Awesome, good job. Like, the hardest part is I was never able to, like, launch them up in the air, but apparently Yozakura here can do that, no problem, which is good. No! Damn bears. Nope. Well, that didn't work out. Well, apparently she can move in all the right places. I don't know, I might be a sucker for the whole transformation scene because I grew up in the 80s and 90s where they were all the rage. Like, I think of Ronin Warriors and such. Come on. I would like to be able to do a... That's the wrong person. Did I even hit her? Oh, I guess I did. Get out of here. I'm trying to think of what other beat-em-up games I could actually play. I actually do like beat-em-ups, but they're so... like, the good ones are really hard to find.
これで着物の下の秘密は分からずじまいね。はあ、もっと真面目に戦ったらどうですか？そんなことじゃ忍びの世界じゃ生き延びれませんよ。あら、私のことを心配してくれるの？優しいのね。わしは善人じゃ。優しいに決まっとる。それって悪人にも優しいってこと？ほら、そうやってすぐ真面目に考える。真面目なのは結構だけど、それだけじゃ答えが見つからないこともあるわよ。だったらもっと自由になってみたら？自由？私が抜け人だから言うわけじゃないけど、自由に生きることで見えてくるものもあると思うの。なるほど。しかしわしには悪を滅ぼすという悲願がある。悪を滅ぼすね。だったらどうして私にとどめを刺さないの？それはあなたはなんとなく憎めない人だから。ありがとう。わしも自由になれるのでしょうか？自由になってもいいのでしょうか？黒影様。
There we go.
まあよしとしよう。わしはもっともっと新しい技を思いついたんじゃ。新しい技を思いついたんじゃ。
But yeah, I mean, like, Twitch is definitely more focused on putting the people in front of the game and such. So they're going to be using video games as a platform for quite some time. I should have taken more time during the transition there.
善を蝕む。私がアスカを変えたとでも言いたいのか？そうです。なるほど。確かに私の存在がアスカを変えたかもしれない。しかし、アスカによって私も変わった。お前流に言うのなら、アスカは悪を蝕む善ということだ。私とアスカは戦いを通して分かり合った。そして今ではお互いに影響を与え合っている。まあ分かりやすく言えば、アスカは私にとって最強の友達ってことだ。最強の友達？そんなバカな善と悪が通じ合うなんて。おじい様、私はこの事実をどう受け止めればいいのですか？ごちゃごちゃ頭で考えるな。お前もアスカと限界ギリギリの戦いをしてみればわかるはずだ。ただしアスカと戦いたいのなら、まず私を倒す必要があるがな。わかりました。そこまで言うのなら、私はあなたを倒す。
You know, if I actually chart out everything that happened in this game, I feel like you would question a lot of the canon that exists. But then again, I don't overthink games like this. Oh, god damn it, one of these. Oh, okay, that's an entire army of these enemies. That's not good. That is not good at all. freeze him. There we go. Oh no, he's not dead yet. Now you are. Just... Oh no, not more bears. Damn it. Damn it. Thank goodness she has a freeze attack. But this would not work. Aw, not more bears. Yeah, that paralyze is what kills me right now. No, stay away, bears. Stay away. Aw, damn it. Just so much damage. Oh no, she's frozen. Alright. Oh, nope, not done yet. So many swords that I'll never... It's always so ridiculous. It reminds me of like Zoro. Alright. Thanks for taunting. It's going to be pretty easy because I can freeze her. Oh.
Shinovi, Tenshin!
Sorry, I'm not thinking that straight. I'm actually more focused on this. Alright, yeah, we're not gonna be messing around here. I think the only other thing I had to watch was the arcade pit today. Because Jiku and Kyon was apparently working together on a team, which was pretty cool. Although I will say I was... That's the wrong button. And I'll finish her off real quickly. Nice knowing you. Hey, she actually kept her bottom this time. I was kind of surprised they didn't know some of the music. I was also sad that the Marvel Madness. I mean, it might just be me, but when I watch someone also play games, I also notice like how to actually do what they did. With the exception of like glitches and stuff. I think that's the one thing I'll never actually understand or I'll pick up is how people do one of two things in games. One, read frames, and two, reproduce glitches. Like, there's one reason I really actually apply for QA testing is a lot of, I actually, get to know a lot of people who work in QA and such, and aside from it being an incredible grind, one of the harder parts is that when you actually submit a bug, you have to be able to reproduce it over and over and over again.
ちょっと待って。アスカと戦うのは私に勝ったらと言ったはずだ。
考えてみればおかしな話です。なぜアスカさんと戦うのに。
それはだな。
アスカさんはあなたの所有物ではないはず。
確かにそうだ。それは分かっている。しかしだな。
そんなにアスカさんを独占したいのですか？最強の友達どころか、まるで恋人ですね。
バカを言うな。何が恋人だ。もう勝手にしろ。アスカと戦えばいいさ。私はもう知らん。
では勝手にさせてもらいます。
But yeah, I'll never understand why people can actually exploit glitches.
終わったか。
皆さん無事でしたか？どうしました？浮かない顔をして。
私さ、悪人の書いた小説のファンになっちゃったんだ。それでさ、
I feel like the one bad thing about the writing in this game is that it hammers the point a little too
黒影
bluntly.
様に怒られちゃうよね。わしも
I
で
mean,
す。
that's why I view like the writing of this to be like I would give this a game to a person who actually would be a teenager.
正直惹かれてしまいました。
日陰ちゃんといっぱい遊んじゃった。
Like I like stories with messages that are a lot more
認めるなんて。
like they take the back seat. You have to, figure it out for yourself. This
黒影様の
really puts itself up front and just mashes it in your face.
こんなんじゃ黒影おじいちゃん悲しむかな。皆さんに一つ聞いてもらいたいことがあります。おじい様は悪人を殲滅せよと言いました。
And yet none of you killed a single shinobi.
でもヘビ女やホムラグレン隊と戦ってみて私は悪の中にも光を見ました。
やっぱそうだよね。私もそう思った。みのり、わしもです。
我も
悪人も善人も忍び。でもそう考えてしまったら私たちはおじい様を裏切ることになってしまう。だとしても私は知りたい。光と闇、善と悪の意味を。
それでいいね。
この声はオンパイ先生。
お前たちも忍びなら自分の頭で考え、自分の体で行動するね。
はい。
そしてその答えを見つけるにはハゾ学院がうってつけに。
ホムラさんもそう言っていました。確かに悪人の心にも影響を与えるアスカさんなら。
お前たちが自分の力でたどり着いた結果なら。
わかりました。みんな学園祭も残すところあと一つ。さあ半蔵学院に向かいましょう。
If we're actually fighting at Hanzo Academy, then I will question a lot of the story in this game.
忍びの極みに新たな技をひらめきました。新たな技をひらめきました。おかえり。おかえり。
There we go.
どれにいたしこれにいたしましょう。月戦女学館の物語でございます。
And there we go, chapter 5.
やってみる。いってらっしゃい。半蔵学院。待ってたよ、ユミちゃん。アスカさん、いよいよ学園祭で雌雄を決する時が来ましたね。
We're finally burning the school to the ground.
半蔵と戦うために仕掛けた学園祭でした。 も今は違う。私があなたと戦う理由は一つ。黒影の弟子として、おじい様の孫として、どちらが忍びとして強いのか、白黒はっきりつけましょう。
望むところだよ、ユミちゃん。
じゃあまずはみのりからやる。みのりちゃんの相手はひばりだね。ねえねえひばりちゃん、みのりいっぱい考えたんだよ。本当の大人って何なのか。2人で宿題にしたもんね。それで答えは出た？でもどうかな、ちょっと自信ないか
So
も。
we immediately have to question which actual storyline is canon.
ひばりちゃんと戦えばわかると思う。わかった。じゃあひばり、全力でみのりちゃんと戦うね。ひばりちゃん、
I don't know, but what games have you all been working on? I mean, I've been working on this in River City Ransom. Trying to debate what next game I should go through.
ひばり、舞い忍びます。
鎮魂の夢に舞い込む。
Oh, come on. And I got locked onto the wrong target. Oh my god! Yeah, mine? And transform.
忍び変身。
Oh, that's not good.
ひばり、いけるかし忍びひでひばり、いけるかも。
Pancakes of Doom. Man, pancakes sound delicious right now. We've been working on Breath of the Wild, taking a break. The game really tedious. That's well, actually no. But I get actually, if anything, I would find The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild would probably be the hardest Zelda game for me to get into because it's an open world game. I do not usually adapt well to open world games because I always like games that give me a focus.
みのりちゃん、すごく強かった。それで答えは分かった？本当の大人っていうのは自分の考えをはっきり言える人だと思う。だから黒影おじいちゃん、ごめんなさい。
You're getting ready for Final Fantasy XIV. Everyone I know is playing Final Fantasy XIV. I'm actually surprised. I honestly haven't had any urge to actually play a MOBA in a long time.
みのりちゃん、謝ることないと思うよ。みのりちゃんの成長をきっと黒影のおじいさんも喜んでくれるはずだよ。
But what was it? I loved seeing that Probius exist as a character, though. Because that's what a lot of people did with their probes and drones. And SCVs.
やっほー、ヤギウチ、また来たよ。
俺も待っていた。先日の蹴りをつけるとしよう。
そうだね。でも私勝てるかな。やっぱその鬼の目って半端ないじゃん。
She doesn't even have a devil's eye.
力のために眼帯で片目を封じるなんてさ、ヤギウチン気合入りすぎだよね。
勘違いするな。この目は力が欲しいために封じたのではない。
違うの？
You're so hyped you're delaying your Li Ming video to do one on Probius.
いい意味でも悪い意味でも。
Why, what's your Li Ming video about? Is it like a highlight, or is it more like analysis?
永遠に忘れたくなかった。
Or maybe just like your own personal best moments?
死んだ妹のこと。
え？
はじめは妹の形見で眼帯を作った。眼帯をすれば視界が半分になるが、物の見づらさを感じるたびに。
それで眼帯してたんだ。
気がつけば俺の目には。
ヤギウチンの妹さんの思いが力に変わったんだね。
いや、俺は妹は俺が忍びになることを応援してくれていたからな。
うん、よくわかったよ、ヤギウチン。何でもかんでも欲しいって言ってた私がバカだった。
And they all grow up to be better
その眼帯が欲しいなんて言
people.
わないよ。でも
See, I think I'm just way too old and just too cynical to really enjoy this game.
ヤギウチン
Like on the story level.
今の話、私超感動したんだ。人としても忍びとしてもヤギウチンマジリスペクトだよ。
Analysis and comedy. Interesting. So you're going
だ
to...
からこそ私も負けられない。人としては叶わなくても
So like disguise Toast or more towards like Donkey?
出ないと黒影様
See, I can never do
に怒ら
comedy.
れちゃうからさ。
いいだろう。お前は黒影のために戦え。
うん、行くよ。
I have moments where I am funny, but they are few and far between because I've always had to be the serious one in most, if not all, social group
夢に
dynamics.
沈みましょう。
野牛前忍ぶ。鎮魂の夢に
Do this again!
まだだまだだまだだ。
Do I have her in a loop? I think I might have her in a loop. This will be funny if I have her in a loop. Nope. Okay, I don't have her in a loop. Well, I didn't have her in a loop, but I was able to I was able to take her out without her transforming.
帰りにスイーツ食べてくるね。
Donkey and Magikarp used fly. I never heard of him. Never heard of it. See, I think I'm just better at giving commentary and analysis.
ヤギウチンマジ強すぎ。
いや、勝ったのはお前だ。悔しいがそれが事実だ。
いやでもマジでヤバかったって。私が勝ったとか信じられないもん。
きっと黒影も喜ぶはずだ。
そうかな。黒影様、私のことを認めてくれるかな。
なぜそう？
私さ、学園祭でいろんな忍びと戦ってよくわかったんだ。忍びは忍び、善人も悪人も関係ないって。でもそれだと悪もありってことになっちゃうわけで。
黒たとえ考えが違ったとしても
He does a
相手のことを
parody
認めることは
series.
できる。
Okay, so kind of like, oh god, what's that artist? Like he does here Overwatch Hero with a, like something salt. I'm trying to remember his
お前がたどり
videos.
着いた結
He's
論は
basically an animator, and that's what
黒影
makes
が認め
his
ないわけはない。
videos entertaining, that he can actually create his own animation.
お前は立派な忍びだ。黒影。
ありがとう、ヤギウチン。 私黒影
With a side
さん
assault,
に
that's what it's
自分
called.
の考えをちゃんと伝えてみるよ。
That's what it's called, with a side assault.
うっさマジラッキー。きたー。
And there was no progression in terms of levels. Yeah, I'm tired of League of Legends. I'm way past League of Legends now.
ほれ、両手もこの通り絶好調。もみもみもみっと。このリアクション相変わらずやりにくいね。
あなたは自由なんですね。
え、あたいが自由？まあ確かに好き勝手にセクハラしてるからそう見えるのも無理はないか。でもな夜桜、物事ってのはそう単純でもないぞ。あたいのセクハラはただもみもみすることが目的じゃない。少しでもいろんなやつと仲良くできればなっていうあたいなりのコミュニケーションなんだよ。
ものは言いようですね。でも物事にはいろいろな見方があるというのは。
そうか、じゃやるかい。命をかけたセクハラを。
違う、命をかけた戦いじゃ。
いや、ごめん間違えちまったよ。
それでは改めていざ参ります。
Let's grope with all our lives. Grope everything.
夜桜、鎮魂な夢に沈みましょう。
桂木、舞い忍びます。
いざ鎮魂な夢に舞い散る。
Oh, come on. That's
なんのやりやがったな。やりやがったな。よっ、ちょっと飛びだ。
nope, she's gonna transform.
見せ場だ。忍び変身。
Wow, I already got her down to a quarter of her life. There we go, got her. Didn't even have to transform.
任務完了じゃ。
Grope you, Baltimore. I don't think Baltimore would appreciate that, but if that's the way you appreciate a state, go for it.
わしの勝ちです。
ああ、負けだ。あたいの乾杯だよ。
でも不思議です。わしはもっとあなたと戦いたい。
奇遇だな。あたいもだよ。
学園祭を始めてからずっとこんな気持ちを味わってました。戦えば戦うほど通じ合うような気持ち。戦いは憎しみを生むだけではないんですね。
そういうこと。河原で殴り合った末に友情ってのは芽生えるもんさ。
例えがいまいちわかりませんが、ただ今の気持ち、敵とも友達になれるのならこんなに素晴らしいことはないと思います。
うん、そうだな。あたいもそう思うよ。
黒影様はどう思われるでしょうか。ただこれがわしの出した結論です。
I feel this like the other part about the writing in this game is that a lot of its impact is taken away because you already know what the other character thinks. Like, we already know Master Kurokage would approve of all of their choices in advance. You know, I don't know if they're trying to be more, like, unconventional. Because I feel like everyone's trying to do more meta stuff or, you know, building more of a self-awareness. That's the main thing I've noticed with a lot of writing as of late is we're going to take the things that are conventional, do it unconventionally, but then just makes you want it to be told convention. You know, then as a viewer, it's like, I just want it to be told conventionally.
Murakumo-san, 何でしょう? お前の貧民街の友とは? ええ、そうです。そうか。それは奇遇だ。でしたら、貧民街の再開発計画の件は、それとこれとは話が別だ。黄泉は悪人だ。そんな。前にも言った通り。そうですね。わかりました。私、黄泉さんのためにもうん。あくまで友のために刃を振るうか。村雲さん、行きます。来い。イカルが。村雲、鎮魂、夢。イカルが舞い忍びます。
Let's see if I take her out without her transforming. No, that's definitely not gonna happen. Not with the bears. Alright, this is really getting annoying. How is she hitting me from the... Okay, apparently we need to actually do this.
Shinovi,
Anything to get rid of these bears. Anything to get rid of the bears. What do you think we are, in a national park? We're not a national park, we're at a Shinobi Academy. I'm starting to wonder if it actually is possible to remove all of her clothes. Because if the specials in this game are so powerful, they basically almost one-shot someone, and you need to hit them with your special twice. It also doesn't help that the impact of the story has no impact when the setup is like, we're supposed to be fighting and kill each other. Let's not fight and kill each other. Like, it might have been better, it's like, because we know they're students. If all of these people were students saying it's like, okay, but you're students, so you can't actually kill each other, or this is a competition that schools can challenge each other, I feel like that would actually be better better story, instead of having to spend so much time in dialogue saying, I have to kill you, but I'm not going to kill you. Did I just disconnect? And I still think Twitch needs to set up the video preview if you're broadcasting to actually not have advertisements play. Because I'll never know if my stream actually got disconnected there.
いやいや、我にこんな評価もったいないです。本当、何かの間違いではないかと思います。すみません、何か成長は早いみたいで。
ユミちゃん、いよいよ私たちの番だね。
ええ、アスカさん。今日の私は一味違います。
ユミちゃん、覚悟するのはそっちだよ。私、ホムラちゃんに修行の相手をしてもらったから。
ホムラさんが修行の相手？
あ、また怒っちゃう？善人が悪人と付き合っちゃって。
いいえ、学園祭で戦ってみて分かりました。悪にもいろんな人がいること。
そうだよね。ホムラちゃんとか一緒にいると面白いもんね。
It also might not help that they can try to actually make everyone into protagonists.
本当に？でもホムラちゃんは私に会うといつもガミガミ言うよ。修行はしてるか？怠けていないかってさ。まあ、その口うるさい感じがちょっと癖になっちゃったりするんだけどね。
悪人と仲の良い善人など少し前の私なら絶対に許せなかった。
でも今は？
そうですね。少しだけ考えを改めました。
少しだけ
？And
完全に考えを改めるのはアスカさん。
wait, why did it become
あなたと
nighttime?
限界ギリギリの勝負をしてからです。
I mean, I know we take so much time in backstory, but did it actually come in night in game?
善でも悪でもない。ただの忍びとして私の全てをぶつけます。見ててください。ほじ。ユミ、鎮魂の夢に沈みましょ
アスカ、舞い忍びます。
最終戦勝負。
やりにきます。足元が甘いよ。
Oh, that's right, I have to fight her twice.
足元が
Damn it. I also, the one thing I do like about this game is a lot of the customization options. I completely forget, I changed her outfit completely. Alright, no, no. None of that. I can't even touch her. That's not good. Never get in there fast enough. Alright.
Shinovi,
やるね。
That attack is very too powerful.
私の勝ちですね。
まだ まだだよ。
どうしてまだ立ち上がれるのですか？
ユミちゃん、私はまだ限界ギリギリじゃないよ。
わかりません。やられても立ち上がるあなたの強さの秘密はどこにあるのですか？
私の強さに秘密なんてないよ。私が戦う相手はみんな私より強くて、だって離されて差が広がっちゃったら、そんなの私嫌だから。
アスカさん、
私みんなと友達でいたいから、ライバルでいたいから。それにね、ユミちゃんが黒影さんのために戦うみたいに、私だって簡単に倒れたらじっちゃんに顔向けできないし。
よくわかりました。どちらかが死ぬかもしれない。そして戦いが終わった時、その時はアスカさん。
もちろんユミちゃんも最強の友達の仲間入りだよ。
ありがとうアスカさん。
アスカ、舞い忍びます。
最終戦勝負戦放棄。
やるね。甘いね。やるね。やるかい。
チェストいきます。忍び転身。
Well, let's try that again. Actually, I have a better idea. That should get 1, 2.
やるね。
今だ。
きれいにとっておき。今だ。きたきた。逃がさない。
ビクビク言いました。
甘いよ。甘いよ。
Nope. Yeah, I don't think they just have enough health to actually pull that off. And now it's daytime. And they're on top of a school instead of the middle of a field.
さすがだね、ユミちゃん。もう立てないや。私の負け。
いえ、体が動かないのは。
だったらしばらく動かない方がいいよ。
そうは
ダメだよ、無理しちゃ。何をする気なの？
握手です。アスカさん、いい勝負でした。約束通り。
もちろんだよ。よろしくね、ユミちゃん。
おじいさま、ごめんなさい。それでも私は私。
I think I like the Hanzo School Academy story a little bit better. At least the characters always came with conviction.
それで許していただけますか、天国のおじ。
Wait, is he dead? Yumi, you don't need to ask for my forgiveness at all. I'm the one who should apologize to all of you. I used to hate the darkness, and the embers of my hatred darkened you all. I was a fool. But you swept away the darkness and gained light all by yourselves. You overcame me. You achieved something I couldn't. Nothing makes me happier than that. You stand on your own feet now. I can finally rest in peace. Since I left this world surrounded by my loved ones, my soul has been wandering. I was too worried about them to rest. But now I have nothing to worry about anymore. It seems it's time to go. A path of light has come from the sky for me, and I'll happily walk upon it. Murakumo, Yozakura, Shiki, Minori, and Yumi, this is truly goodbye.
心からおめでとう。そして さようなら。
You don't even see him pass away.
おーい、ユミちゃん。
ユミ、
皆さん、お疲れ様でした。これにて学園祭も終了です。
And now let's burn that school to the ground.
半蔵学院を燃やしたりしないんだよね。
当然です。半蔵学院はこれからも切磋琢磨するべき仲間なのですから。うん、そうだね。これで戦いにも一区切りつきました。みんなでお墓参りに行きましょう。
So hold on a second. In the Hanzo Academy, he's alive. In this one, he's dead.
そうですね。私たちの成長した姿を見てもらいましょう。
And there was no moment in this story that addressed that whatsoever.
だねだね。特に私とか超成長したし。
みのりだって大人になったから褒めてくれるもん。
みのりちんはまだまだお子様じゃん。ブラックコーヒーだって飲めないし。
飲めなくても大人だもん。黒影おじいちゃんはみのりを褒めてくれるもん。
甘いな。黒影様は我の成長こそ一番喜んでくれるはずだ。
はあ、むしろおめえいつまでつけてるんだって怒られると思うし。
なんだと。黒影様はお面をかっこいいと言ってくれたぞ。
I guess. It might just be multiverse theory. Still, that's always the hardest part about actually, you know, writing and letting people play from multiple perspectives.
みんないい加減にしなさい。そうだね。
反省。
では行きましょう。おじいさまのもとに。
Shiki and Minori are washing grandfather's grave with scrubbers. They're working so hard that I can see the sweat on their faces. The polished gravestone reflects the light of the sunset.
どうよ、ユミちん。
黒影おじいちゃん、綺麗になったかな。
ええ、すごく綺麗になりました。
Shiki laughs proudly. Minori smiles contentedly? I'm gonna have to... That's... Is that a word? I would expect contently. Or her smile is content. Contentedly. I'm gonna have to look that up, actually. Murakumo and Yozakura, who have finished pulling up the weeds around the grave, flash similar smiles. Since we made it through the Shinobi Battle Royale, we can all smile like this whenever we want.
おじいさま、やっとお参りに来ることができました。
I present an offering of strawberry daifuku and pray, placing my palms together. Come to think of it, someone else had already laid down strawberry daifuku before he came here. I guess he had another visitor. As I close my eyes slowly, the others closed theirs and put their palms together as well. We've been here many times, but this time is a bit special. We came here today to tell him what we learned through the Shinobi Battle Royale.
おじいさま、ユミたちは戦いを通して成長することができました。この成長をおじいさまは喜んでいただけるでしょうか。
Before I fought Asuka, I was worried he might feel we'd gone against his will. But I'm not worried about that anymore. I'm sure he's just glad to see our faces. He always loved our smiles.
これでようやく約束を果たせたね。
Seems I was finally able to fulfill promise? Suddenly we hear Master Wang Pai's voice and turn around. Wherever the man is standing there is not Master Wang Pai, but...
半蔵、どうしてここに？
It's Hanzo, holding a container full of sushi.
ワンパイ先生はどこに？
どこにという質問なら、 ここにいると答えよ。
And apparently Hanzo was Master Wang Pai. That... Alright. Okay, fine. His confession stuns
ここに
us.
伏せていた黒影に頼まれていたんじゃよ。もし自分の身に何かあったら、お前さんたちの面倒を頼むとな。
おじい様が私たちのことを頼んだ。
Hanzo gives me a small nod and looks at grandfather's
お
grave.
前さんたちのためなら、たもとを分かったわしにだって頭を下げる。あいつにとっては、忍びのプライドよりも、お前さんたちのことが大切。
Hearing just how deeply grandfather cared for us, I find myself unable to hold back my tears anymore. Grandfather, we are truly happy. We really appreciate that you took care of us to the end.
ではどうしていちご大福やセクハラでわしらを挑発したのだ。
すべては学園祭を通じて成長してもらいたいという親心じゃ。
Hanzo laughs loudly as he answers.
学園祭ではアスカさんだって危険な目に遭いました。一歩間違えれば死んでしまっていたかもしれないのに。
No one was at risk of dying in this. None at all, and that's what makes the writing in this game so weak.
そんな心配は無用じゃったな。アスカたちはやわな鍛え方はしとらんからの。
Seems everything went as Hanzo had planned. But if that's what our grandfather wanted, how can we be mad? And the fact is, Master Wang Pai was one of our best trainers. If not for him, we wouldn't be half as strong as we are today.
ワンパイ先生、今までありがとうございました。
Hello, Hero Harmony. How are you doing? Hope you've enjoyed lurking. Always lurking, or hardly lurking, she. I bow deeply before Hanzo. He nods at me.
でもさ、なんでワンパイって名前にしたんだ？
Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Hero Harmony. And I have got to talk to the devs at Night Dev, why their follower notification sounds is cutting off. Shiki tilts her head to the side as she asks him that. Hanzo gives her a big nod with a satisfied expression. He seems very happy to have been asked.
ワンパイとは王杯とも読める。王杯、王杯、王杯、王杯、王杯、王杯、王杯、王杯、王杯ということじゃ。にゃは、にゃは、にゃはははは。
I bet he had to show a lot of restraint. Not feeling them up when he was Master Wang Pai. Hanzo laughs wildly. Oh, Pai, it means breasts. Big ones. I think we all suddenly feel a little less grateful to him after hearing this.
さて黒影よ。お前さんはわしの寿司を食べたことがなかったの。
Hanzo opens the sushi container. The variety of rolls and nigiri sushi on display is impressive. Shiki and Minori look inside and their mouths start watering.
これはお前さんたちのためにも握ってきたんじゃ。思いっきり食べるといい。
As soon as Hanzo says that, everybody digs in. Sushi party! I grab some fatty tuna and put it in my mouth. The taste is heavenly.
さあお祝いじゃ。新たな忍びの道の前途を祈って。
Picture of everyone eating sushi. Damn it, no. I was denied. As Hanzo shouts towards the sky, a warm wind blows, heralding the advent of spring. It's almost as if I can hear grandfather laughing within the sound of the gentle breeze. There we go, there's my picture. Looking up at the reddened sky, I feel humbled, and begin mouthing my final goodbye to my dear grandfather.
おじい様、心からありがとう。そしていつまでも忘れません。
And there we go. That's the Gessen's Academy. 2 chapters took an hour and 50 minutes. And I think I only, let's see here, so I averaged about a minute per fight. Man, I really actually should have named this stream 90% story, 10% gameplay. I only actually had, throughout the entire story, about 10 minutes of gameplay, maybe 15, 20. Oh, that looks so much better colored. I mean, I like the game, and even all like I like the characters. Aw, that's adorable. But at the same time, though, it's something I can easily understand that I'm too old or too cynical to have a true appreciation of it. But I do have fun with the gameplay. I just wish there was more gameplay. Like, I'm honestly still debating if I should go through the other story. And I already know there's another story after you beat that, because there's 4 factions in this game, not 3. So it's always very difficult to decide, like, what you actually want to stream. But definitely, though, I feel like a lot of, like, oh, actually, you know what? Here, let me just say one more last thing about the Twitch, thing, because of the new partnership setup. I see the people who are going to be able to apply for partnership are the people who already, like, either they've already made partnership, or they're working as part of, like, a studio or a group. Like a collaboration group. So I think, if anything, this partnership thing, you'll see a lot more groups, not individuals, like, we're talking, like, actual businesses applying for partnership. Because the one downside is, because that's one problem with the online entertainment industry, is everyone's busking. You know, everyone's asking for donations, everyone's asking for, you know, subscriptions and stuff. It's all busking. That's the hard truth of it, unless you get to that point where you can actually ask for business partnerships and such, or you're making sponsorship agreements and stuff, like Total Biscuit does. Actually, yeah, even, like, you know, Total Biscuit doesn't even actually follow the 3 streams a week strategy. He reaches the 1, but he's obviously going to be big enough for that. But going back to my point, though, I feel like people who are going to apply for the new partnership status, it's going to be very difficult for them to actually create high-quality content because of that requirement. Like, it's very difficult to create high-quality content as an individual. Because most of these people who do live stream and stuff, they're working as individuals. They're not working as groups, they're working as individuals. And they're not making themselves businesses either. And there we go.
さらなる修練を積ませていただきます。足りない。絶対正義の体現者になるには新たな技をひらめきました。学校を選択してくださいませんか?
Well, that's gonna do it for me. So we're done with one more school. Which is weird, because I've only spent like a couple of nights on this. I haven't actually spent much time on this game. you know, what, I think I spent, this is the 3rd night of going through this game, not the 4th. And so I think if I actually want to go through the rest of this, it'll probably take another, what, 3, 4 streams? Actually, it'll probably take me 4 streams. Just simply because of how much content this game offers in terms of story. Like I said, this is honestly the first time I've ever been torn on a project like this, because I like the game, but I feel like it doesn't... This game is not suited well for streaming because there's just so much story. And I find a lot... games that are more focused on story are games that... They don't perform well in terms of streaming because it's a personal experience. It's very much like reading a book, you know, or, you know, watching something, you know, you can watch something as a group, but you're still watching it individually and getting your own, you know, influence and perspective and such, compared to more multiplayer or more gameplay-focused games, where you can have a story and it would be enjoyable and such. But it takes more of a backseat compared to this, where I get no time to commentate, I get no time to... like, if I'm commentating, I feel like I'm going to be talking over the entire script and stuff, and I enjoy actually putting the game first in my streams. You know, I know a lot of people, it's like, if you really want to have a brand and stuff, you need to put yourself over the game. I gotta be honest, I don't like that. It's not why I enjoy streaming. And that's why I'm kind of... You know, and that's why I know I'll never ever get partnership. A, I don't have a brand. I don't have a growing viewership. A growing viewership, I honestly, that Twitch would consider a consistent growth. You know, the only thing I actually do, ironically enough, have down is the thing everyone's saying that they actually like about it, which is the one thing I don't like about it, is saying, hey, you stream 3 times a week. For me, that's easy. I got no problem doing that. But the other two, obviously, the other 2 factors, I don't even meet, not by a mile. That's why I'm not a huge fan of the new process. I'd rather I like the idea of, like, here, create a brand, introduce us this brand, and yeah, sure, they're going to need to know if you can actually get the numbers and such. But putting an actual requirement, a hard number on how many times you have to stream, I feel that's very counterproductive towards the quality. Especially in a time where the online talent is at a point, it's like, okay, we're at a point now we need to cultivate quality. We need to invest in people. We need to actually invest in the few people who've made it, who've actually been able to turn their career of streaming into a career. But now they make this one rule where it becomes a quantitative requirement, which is very much counterintuitive to what's actually to the flow that's going on both YouTube and on Twitch and Facebook and such. You know, if you want to advertise and sell your services on online streaming and entertainment, yes, you do need a certain amount of quantity, but you need to maintain quality, and having certain high-quality content is much more important than having a person just being able to stream a game and not say anything. You know, obviously, you're going to want some of those streams. You will actually want streams that actually is like, here's the gameplay, is the person just playing the game. There's no commentary at all. That actually does have very much a place in terms of streaming. But there is also a point where you want to make sure the quality of a stream is consistent, is decent, and there are going to be some concepts of shows or streams that people want to get partnered under that will be unattainable because of that streaming quantity requirement. But those are my final thoughts on it. I'm going to take off for the night here, because it's daylight savings, so now everyone has to kind of get ready. If anything, though, I'm going to throw you off over to Exposure. He's taking his time and enjoying streaming Ocarina of Time, but there's also another streamer I like. I honestly greatly enjoy and gives me, you know, I also enjoy watching. It's Cthulhu the Third. I don't know if he's streaming. It's getting a little late. It's Cthulhu _the_third 3RD. And he's actually streaming Mega Man The Power Battle right now. It's a great arcade game. But go check both of them out. I highly recommend it. Until then, though, hope you actually wake up in time for work like myself tomorrow. Or school, or whatever you have because of daylight savings. But until then, though, thank you very much for watching, and take care.